again. We've been talking in this series about the message of the cross. And we've been at pains to emphasize the fact that the power of God is in the message, not in how we put it over to people, or how we dress it up, or what words we find to do it. The power of God is in the message itself. So I want to start this teaching on the message of the cross for you just by laying out basically in very hazy outline to start with, the four areas of the cross, of the message of the cross for you. If you can remember the four headings, then from then on it gets a lot easier. So I'll go over that and over it and over it and over it until you get fed up with listening to me. The four parts of the message of the cross. Now here's what's important. It's important here that you say something to a sufferer when you're praying with them or ministering to them, something under each of these headings. And I'll repeat, it doesn't matter how well you say it. It doesn't matter what you wear when you say it. It doesn't matter where you are when you're saying it. It doesn't matter who you are when you're saying it. Just as long as you say something under each of these four headings, then you will have fully proclaimed the good news of the kingdom of God. And these are the four headings. 1, Jesus came. 2, Jesus died. 3, Jesus lived. Jesus raised. 4, Jesus is working still. Those four headings. So the first one, you need to be thinking in terms of the perfect creation of Eden, the perfect creation of the New Jerusalem at the end of the Bible, the distance in between being all about men wrecking the whole thing, Jesus coming and obviously sorting it all out by proclaiming the kingdom of God to be a wonderful place and restoring healing in people's lives. Yeah? Doing only what he saw the Father doing. So that's 1. Number 2 is that Jesus died, so you need to know really the gifts of Calvary, which will be described. You need to know the results of the cross and how it's broken free to allow the river of grace to flow into the world. Number 3, you need to say that Jesus is risen from the dead, because he can't work still in part 4 if he's not risen from the dead. Yeah? So we need to say that he's risen from the dead. Usually that he's just, perhaps it's good enough just to say he's in heaven with the Father, whispering your name, sufferer, in the Father's ear all the time. And part 4, that Jesus is working still, to actually give them some example, some testimony that you may know or that you may have heard of, or you may have a story written down or something up your sleeve that you can use to explain to people that Jesus is still working today. It doesn't have to be anything you can medically prove or not. People wouldn't come to you in the first place if they weren't happy to accept that God will do stuff. Otherwise there's no point in asking you to ask God to do stuff. So those are the 4 parts. Yeah? I'll go over them again for you. Part 1, Jesus came. Part 2, Jesus died. Part 3, Jesus is risen. Part 4, Jesus is working still. And we'll go on in further videos to talk about each one a little bit more in those areas so that you'll get the hang of it. And keep practicing it and practicing these things until you can come. But just remember, please, over and over again, the power of God is in the message of the cross, not in how good you are, Hitchhiker, at putting it over to other people. Bless you.